Yo, what's going on, boys? It's me, DaleyTactics here, back with another LEGO video. And today we're going to be looking at custom 104th Wolfpack troopers versus authentic LEGO Wolfpack troopers. Now, I did this previously with the 501st Clone Trooper Legion, and people really seem to enjoy it. And the two biggest requests were for me to do it with the 212th and for me to do it with the Wolfpack. So we're gonna do the Wolfpack first, and then I think we'll do the 212th next. If you guys are still interested, or if you want to see a different Legion of customs, then I'd be happy to do that as well. However, the Wolfpack doesn't have nearly as many custom troopers available on various shops as the 501st did, and that makes sense. The 501st is easily the most popular clone trooper legion of all time, so it makes sense that the other ones don't have nearly as many customs, as there just aren't as many fans of them. However, we did get actually a really solid batch of them here. Less than the 501st, but still a good amount. So guys, we're gonna hop right on into this thing here. Be sure to hit that like button if you enjoy the video. Let's try and get 1,500 likes in the first 24 hours. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're gonna be doing a big LEGO Star Wars giveaway at 200,000 subscribers, and comment down below which of these Wolfpack troopers was your favorite in this video. Either way, let's get right on into it. Alright fellas, so I thought first things first we would check out the leader of the 104th Wolfpack Battalion, and that is of course Commander Wolffe. We have two variants of Commander Wolffe that are authentic LEGO, one being the old version that came in Rex's ATTE. Not too much to really say about this. I think they did a great job on the face decals, and his armor is pretty cool. I don't like that they did the all black arms there and hands. I just think that looks kind of weird compared to the rest of it, but overall I think it's nice. I think they captured the sort of look of this scene in Star Wars Rebels pretty well, so I give this a solid 6.5 out of 10. I'm just not that interested in these old troopers. I think they do them justice, but like, I'm not the biggest fan of Star Wars Rebels. Then we have Phase 1 Commander Wolffe here. There is no Phase 2 variant, but I think that would be just such a good clone trooper to do a Phase 2 variant of. Don't you guys agree? That would be so sick. Hopefully it's coming in the future, doing it similar to the Captain Rex Phase 2 one. I think that would give us something really, really special and amazing. Either way, this is the Commander Wolffe Phase 1. I do have two different arm colors for him. The seller I bought it from, for some reason, was missing the normal arm, so that's the normal arm color. This is a darker gray one for some reason. Nice leg decals, I like that. The helmet's basically a Wolfpack Phase 1 helmet, except for that red line down the top. Red triangle down the top, as well as a few different markings on the faceplate area. But it's pretty nice. It's not terrible. The head is where I think it really shines. I love the scar and the missing eye. It's Wolffe. This is a great custom minifigure head. I really like the head of this. The helmet's fine. It's pretty bland, if we're being completely honest. The body is also a little bit bland. I like the legs a lot though, even though they're just standard Wolfpack legs. So I'd give this a solid 8 out of 10. I think the armor could have been detailed a little bit cooler, but maybe that's just because it's Phase 1, Maybe I'm glorifying Phase 1 a little bit too much, and, it is what it is, what we got. So, I like it, 8 out of 10. Alright. Okay, so now we have the Phase 2 and Phase 1 Wolfpack authentic LEGO troopers here. I thought we should probably go over all the authentic LEGOs before we go into the custom ones, but we have Phase 1 here, Phase 2 there, and it's kind of rare actually for LEGO to do Phase 1 and Phase 2 of a Clone Trooper Legion. It's, I think, one of the few ones that has both in it. I don't even know if the 501st had Phase 1 figures. I think they just sort of used the standard clone troopers for them. It's weird that they do that, but it's kind of true. I don't even think the 212th had Phase 1 troopers. Yeah, I think maybe it is just the Wolfpack. That's That's odd. Is that true? Let me know in the comment section below. Regardless, you know, the Phase 1 is very, very similar, like I was saying earlier, to Phase 1 Commander Wolffe. Very small, you know, printing differences between the two. The legs are the same. The body is the exact same. The helmet has slightly variated markings. Actually, they're pretty variated. That's actually pretty different markings, yeah. And then, of course, the face for the Phase 1 is standard Lego Clone Trooper face from back in the day. He also comes with a jetpack, actually, which I think is kind of cool. Just an extra little accessory there. I'd give this figure probably a solid, you know, 8.5 out of 10. A really good Lego figure, to be honest. It's rare when you get this much detailing for Phase 1 Lego Troopers, so that's a nice one. I really like that. Now we have the Phase 2, which is oddly enough a different color than the Phase 1 Trooper. This is like a dark gray, and this was almost like a grayish blue. I am not entirely sure why they ended up changing the colors, but hey, I'm cool with it. The Phase 2 is really, really nice. One of my favorite Phase 2 clones. He's got that cool, cool Wolffe on his helmet at the top there, and then a little bit of gray decaling, not to clutter up the helmet too much. It keeps it nice and clean. The body's pretty boring. It's basically the exact same body as the Phase 1, except a different color. And then the legs are nice. They're very similar to sort of the 501st legs, how they have that same sort of shin printing right there, and that's about it. But overall, I like it. I like a nice, clean figure, and that way you can sort of raise an army of them. You know, they don't have too many distinct markings on them, so you can really raise a good army that looks uniform and looks clean. So I like this. And then the face is standard Lego face. This is a great trooper. I'd probably give this a solid... Probably a solid 9 out of 10. I like it a little bit better than the Phase 1. So let's now get into the customs. Alright fellas, right off the bat, I'm going to state that I don't have any Phase 1 customs, and I also don't have any Commander Wolffe customs. I only have Phase 2 Wolfpack customs, and that's because I couldn't find any of the others. I was able to find one Commander Wolffe custom, but he was going for like $40, and I was not about to drop that much money on one figure I probably will never use again. So, you know, I hope that's okay with you guys. And here is, of course, the authentic Lego in the background, just for comparison's sake. And, of course, we're going to start with the cheap Chinese knockoff here, which was an interesting case. So, it just looks awful right off the bat. What do you expect? I mean... In real life, it's far blurrier. You can kind of see the blurriness, but the print is just terrible. Like, it's so blurry. It's obviously trying to knock off the Wolffe on the top and, you know, the rest of the markings. It's a knockoff, you know? You notice that, actually, all of the decaling is, like, slided to the left. Like, the body is slided to the left, the legs are slided to the left. It just wasn't aligned when it printed. And then, get ready for this to haunt your nightmares. Oh, no. Get ready for this to haunt your nightmares, the face. It is terrifying. I don't know what it is about this face, but I hate it. I hate it so much. It is so, so creepy. Creepy face pog, boys. Ooh, I don't like it. Yeah, overall, just a terrible Chinese knockoff. But the interesting thing about this is it came with a bunch of extras. The 501st knockoffs from AliExpress or whatever Chinese company makes these didn't come with any of this stuff. So it came with binoculars, it came with a gun, it came with these red bricks, all of which is knockoffs. None of this is authentic Lego. It came with a black brick, it came with like a single stud black piece as well. I don't know why this came with so many little extras here, but it did. Maybe they had just a warehouse full of crud and they were trying to get rid of it all, but I don't know. There you go. The Chinese knockoff does have some value to it, I guess, in the extras, but overall, it's trash. I give it like a 4 out of 10 probably. Maybe it'd be a good background figure, but certainly not anything you'd want in your clone army up front and personal. Alright guys, next up we have a figure that I really like, and I might be a little bit biased because this was made by DK Collectibles. You know, I'm sponsored by them, so you can go to dkcollectibles.com and use code Daley, D-A-L-E-Y, at checkout to save 10% off on your order of Lego Clone Troopers. Yeah, I like this figure a lot, to be completely honest. So the helmet is not DK Collectibles. The helmet is Clone Army Customs. It's a really nice helmet, to be honest. The Clone Army Customs boys did not have any of these in stock, and that's a major problem I have with Clone Army Customs and Minifigs for You and AV Figures, is that they are almost always out of stock. Anytime they restock, they're instantly scooped up. You can't find 501st Troopers. You can't find Wolfpack Troopers. You can't find 212 Troopers. You can only get these random troopers that no one really wants unless they just restock them. So it can be kind of a struggle bus to get Clone Army Custom stuff. But what they do have is helmets in spades, and the soldier I got here from DK Collectibles did not come with a helmet. He sent me over this Wolfpack trooper for free, just as sort of like a sample, and I like it a lot. It's got that tiny little wolf on the chest plate, similar to how the helmet on the authentic level Lego has a wolf on it. I just think that's cool. I wish the authentic Lego had that tiny little detail. I think that's sick. Also, the printing on it is a little bit better. You can feel it. You can feel like the ink on it. I really like that. Like, it's a little bit rough, not in like a bad way, like where it's like super bulky or anything, but like in a nice, cool, textured printing kind of a way. I like that a lot. And the back looks clean too. It's way better than the authentic Lego backs, I think. I think it's just more detail and looks cooler. And then, of course, the Clone Army Customs helmet is really nice as well. You can see it compared to the authentic Lego helmet. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit more realistic, I'd almost say. I wish that Lego did their helmets this way instead of the other way. I think it looks just a little bit less, I don't know, cartoony or something. I think the helmet looks sick. To be completely honest. So overall, you know, I think this figure is probably 9 out of 10. I take off points for the fact that you have to buy the helmet separate from the body and things like that. I don't know if he's ever gonna restock everything as a complete figure. Not fully sure on that one, but if he does, I'd be curious to see what the helmet looks like. Maybe he will use a Clone Army Customs helmet, who knows. But overall, I think it's a really cool figure. I like both the helmet and I like the body. Maybe I'm a little bit biased, but I try my best not to be. I just genuinely think this is a cool figure, and I'm gonna review it that way. So that's DK Collectibles and Clone Army Customs, a little mashup Wolfpack figure. Alright guys, last but certainly not least is this random figure I found on eBay. I have no idea who makes this. It just seemed to be sold by some rando, and they didn't really have anything else on their shop, so I really was kind of stoked to find this. But it does seem to be a completely different figure than all the other ones, and it's pretty true to the Lego figure, I have to say. So first of all, the printing on it mimics it pretty well, but in a more realistic Clone Wars way, kind of like how I was saying the DK Collectibles boy did. On top of that, that actually might be a Clone Army Customs helmet. Maybe this is a Clone Army Customs figure. I don't know. Maybe the helmet at the very least is, because that looks very similar to the Clone Army Customs actual helmet. Interesting, interesting. I never compared those two before. But you'll notice here that it's actually the color of the Phase 1 Wolfpack Troopers. The arm decaling and all that is the same sort of light bluish gray rather than the dark gray that the new ones are made up of. And I think that's kind of cool. So like if you prefer this version of the Wolfpack, you can buy a bunch of these instead of getting the dark gray ones, and I think that's pretty neat. The one thing I have to say I don't love is that like there's little focus. Yeah, there we go. There's little like flakes of the arm here. Like you can kind of rub them off, but you can see that the plastic mold didn't take super well. I also think the legs, they're a little too large in the printing department. I think if they made them a little bit more compact and smaller, similar to the Lego ones, it would look a little bit better. And then the back decaling is a little bit faded, to be completely honest. Like the printer ran out of ink or something. I don't know. And what's the face, by the way? I don't think I ever looked. Oh, it's just like a gray head. Okay, interesting. Yeah, so I think it's a good figure overall. As long as you're not looking too close. It's not nearly as bad as the, you know, Chinese knockoff figure, but it's not nearly as good as like the DK Collectibles or the authentic Lego figure. So I don't know. I think I'd give it like maybe a 7.5 out of 10. I think it's decent. The real saving grace of this one was the extras that it came with. This came with 3 weapons. One was an authentic Lego blaster, which is cool to get, I guess. I mean, they're not really worth a lot, but cool to get. Then you got an A280 Clone Army Customs blaster. I've never seen one of these before, but it is sick. I really like this. I think it's really cool, and I'm glad I have one now. And then I also got a silver DC-15C. The only ones I've ever gotten of these have been black. So it was cool to get a silver one, to be completely honest. I like that. I like the weapon variation here for this figure. I like that it came with a few extras. I also think it was a fairly cheap figure too, like $14, $15, which is pretty inexpensive, all things considered, for you know, Legos. So yeah, guys, those are all of the figures. Here, I can put them back up for us here, boys. I gotta say, I was pretty impressed with the Wolfpack customs overall, and also the authentic Wolfpack stuff. Far more impressed than a lot of the 501st stuff that we received. The 501st was much more messy and with fewer nice ones, but this one, it wowed me a little bit more. So I really like this one. I hope you guys enjoy these videos. The last one seemed to do well and people seem to really dig it. So if you guys like this one too and you want to see this series continue, I'd certainly be interested in continuing it myself. I have a few more Lego videos lined up before I need to buy new supplies. So you know, if you guys show interest now, this will be at the top of my list of supplies to get for the next one. Sneak peek at like future Lego things we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be building some of these old sets I found, like this Hellfire one. Can you even see that? Kinda. There we go. Like this old Hellfire one. We'll be building a few of those, which I think will be cool. We'll also be decaling these figures. Here, I've got 3 of them to decal. That'll be pretty neat, and got custom decals for them. 501st one there. Then on top of that, I think we will do a droid army building video because I think that sounds kind of neat. I've got some 2/12 stuff coming up that's unrelated to the custom versus authentic 2/12 one, so that'll be cool too. I'm trying to think of anything else. Oh, the stop motion, June 1st or May 31st. Not sure when I'll upload because May 31st will be the Sunday. And I feel like people would enjoy it more on the weekend versus me uploading it on a Monday, but it's also getting to be summer now and the COVID, so I'm not sure if anyone even counts weekends anymore, so maybe I will stick to June 1st, but worst thing that happens is it comes out a day early. Either way, good progress is being made on that. I don't think I'll have to delay it again unless something tragic happens and I don't get to work on it for the next 6 days, in which case I'll definitely have to delay it, but things are on track for now. Either way, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed. Be sure to comment down below if you did, subscribe if you haven't already, and like the video. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.
I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.